Welcome everyone to another Ask the Coach show by PingSkills. I'm Jeff Plum, and with me as always is Alois. Welcome, Alois.
Hi Jeff, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good. Sorry I was a little late to the show, just sleeping in a little bit, but we're ready to go now.
Excellent.
Okay, let's get straight into the questions then. So first of all, from Filippo, we've got a question. Filippo says, he says, I mainly play in a local league. I have a robot at home. What would be the best preparation for my league match? Matches are played starting at 7:30. How do I warm up? You go straight onto the table, so any warming up must be done when you hit up.
Yep.
What do you
So,
think?
uh, so hi Filippo. So Filippo's one of our original premium members, and I think he's been with us for many years. So, Filippo, I think one of the important things is that when you start your first point, you have to be ready to play. Now, with that limited time of warm up, it is really difficult. What I would do is at home, I would try to have a hit on the robot before you get to the hall. It doesn't really matter too much whether it's just before you leave or a bit earlier, but I always find that the second hit for the day, you start to feel a little bit better straight away. So spend a bit of time at home, practice some topspin against backspin, practice just some counter hitting, getting the feel of the ball, and also you can practice your serves at home as well. So if you've done that, then when you get to the hall, you could do more of a physical warm up. So off the table, just make sure your body is warm. I think somewhere else you also mentioned that it can be pretty cold in the halls that you play in. So that's really important to just make sure you do a bit of jogging, bit of sidestepping, whatever it takes to get your heart rate up, and even have a little bit of a sweat up before you go out onto the table. That'll give you a big advantage over your opponents.
Okay, there you go, Filippo. So thanks for the question and thanks for supporting us over a long time, and I hope that advice helps you. Okay, so next we've got a question from Antonius. And Antonius has a simple question. He says, is the finish position for the topspin stroke always in front of your eyebrow, or is it just a matter of preference? Because he finds his finish position depends on the ball that he receives.
Yes, so yeah, you're right there, Antonius. So we try to teach a very basic principle with the finish position with your forehand topspin, finishing up near your eyebrow. Now that will vary slightly depending on each ball that you get. So the more backspin you get, the more vertical your stroke needs to be. The the faster the ball, the more horizontal your stroke can be. So you start to go a little bit more forward. So I'll have a look. Have a look this way. So if you imagine a ruler coming out of your head here, all right. So if it's a slower ball that you're looking for, or you're trying to play off a backspin ball, then it comes up to your eyebrow. But the faster the ball coming to you, and the faster you want the ball, the further out it goes. The finish position goes out there a little bit further. So just you can vary slightly, but remember the basic principle. Make sure you don't swing across your body. Make sure you keep that bat finishing in line with the middle of your body. And think about that ruler coming out of your head, and where you finish along that ruler is dependent on the type of ball you receive and the type of ball that you're trying to play as well.
Okay, good. So for the slower one, you're finishing closer to the start of the ruler. For the faster
Yep.
one, a bit further in front, but never crossing your body because that sort of starts to compromise your stroke and will lead to inconsistencies.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, excellent, Antonius. So I hope that helps you out, and good luck with your forehand top spins. Now, Tom has a question. He says, I've noticed you use the shake hand in your videos. I'm somewhat new to the game and find the penhold grip a bit more comfortable. As most of the videos are most of the videos shown equally relevant for pen holders, or are the styles of both hands too different?
Yeah, so good question there, because we get that question quite a bit. So the penhold grip obviously is quite different, with the thumb and pointer finger on the front, and then the other fingers either curled or straight on the back. A lot of the basic principles of the game are the same, whether you're playing shake hand or whether you're playing pen hold. So, especially on the forehand side, the basics are almost exactly the same. The changes happen when you start to talk about the backhand or the backhand blocking, where you're using the same side of the racket to play both the forehand and the backhand. So with the backhand, you're tending to push more forward and punching at the ball, and you can come up a little bit. Now, of course, with the reverse backhand, the stroke again becomes really similar. So the stroke for the shake hand looks like this. The stroke for the pen hold looks very similar. So a lot of the principles are the same, and you can just translate the things that we're doing with a shake hand into pen hold. We do have a video up on YouTube that you can search. If you just search for PingSkills and pen hold, you'll pull up that video, and that goes through exactly what you've asked there. So the strokes and the differences, and also how to play the strokes with the pen hold.
Excellent. And I guess even a lot of the things like the effects of spin and stuff are exactly the same.
Yeah, absolutely. So the ball's coming to you. You need to deal with exactly the same way. Your serving is basically the same, because remember, with our shake hand grip, we modify our grip for the pendulum to make it like the pen hold grip. So yeah, so the principles: serving, receiving, understanding spin, match strategies, pretty much the same for both grips.
Excellent. All right. Well, thanks again, Tom, for the question. A great question, and one we get quite a bit. Now, Tice has a question for us. Tice says, when I play several backhand topspins, I bring my thumb on the rubber, which helps to close the bat more, but the bat rotates in the palm of my hand. If my opponent then switches to my forehand, I often don't have time to recover my grip. Any tips?
Yeah, so this is a common problem, Tice. Often when we play our backhands, yes, as you said, the thumb starts to creep up here, which does make it easier because it rotates the bat forward for your backhand. Now, the problem, as you said, arises when the ball quickly switches to your forehand and you're caught with your thumb up there. It really changes the angle of your bat. So this is your normal angle. Okay, when you start to push the thumb up, you can see that the angle of the bat changes quite markedly, and then if you try and play a forehand with that, it's really difficult. So one is, keep your grip really loose and relaxed. There can be a little bit of movement with your thumb, but if you're starting to push it up there and your grip is really tight, it's going to make it really difficult to change quickly between the backhand and forehand. So the more similar you can make your backhand and forehand grip, the better it's going to be for you, especially when the ball starts to move faster and come at you quickly.
Okay, there you go, Tice. Some good advice. Try and keep the grip as similar as possible, and a little bit of movement's okay, but keep the grip nice and relaxed. Well, thanks again for watching, people. Now, with these questions, we're using Google Hangout for these. So if you go to our Google Plus page before the show, you can see the next episode, and in there's a little Q&A app. And if you hit on the little Q&A, you'll be able to ask your question actually right in the show, and we'll see that when we come on to start our show. Now, also, what we would like to do is ask our viewers a question on each show as well. So today's question is, how long have you been playing table tennis? So if you can just leave a comment for us on this episode, we'd love to hear from you. So thanks again. Thanks for watching. Hope you've enjoyed this show. Thank you, Alois.
Thanks, Jeff, and looking forward to seeing how long our members have been playing.
Excellent. All right. We'll see you next time. Bye.